focus on that, Mike. Good. Wave your hands. Wave your hands.
When I came out and trained with Paul, he said that they were interested in me and that I could potentially end up here depending on how things shake out. And of course, the Dynamo were on my radar. It'd be awesome to play for the hometown team and a club that's been so successful over the years. So obviously, I had goals and aspirations to end up here, and they definitely did.
The two young lads weren't just picked at random. Obviously, we had a goalkeeping combine in December and invited in USL keepers, NASL keepers, and obviously college goalkeepers. Both Michael and Nico were there. So we didn't go off of maybe what we saw at the combine. We knew what we wanted after scouting in the season and then having them into camp.
The competition was great. Nico Corti is down at RGV right now as a three-time national champion with Stanford. He was there, and we've grown closer since he's been in the Houston organization as well. And
it's clear that it had an effect on our careers as well. Three of us that were there are now a part of the Dynamo organization, one with the Dynamo, two with the Toro. So, there was a positive experience for all of us.
Oz from the academy is kind of seeing a guy like that who's younger than everyone else here, and he was keeping the level really high and pushing other guys.
Obviously working with now first team keeper Mike Nelson and RGV keepers Nico and Matt. It was a very good experience. It was high competition as well. Everyone was looking for that first team spot or over there down there RGV. And overall it was a good experience.
We've got a couple in the academy that are at a decent level. Osmar was in with us and he done very well with it. So obviously if he continues to come along well in the academy, we want to get him in with us. And that's credit to Jason. A lot of the work he's doing with them replicates what we do. Having Jason in with me and knowing what Wilma's expecting from the goalkeepers is very important, because it means that when he's working with the academy keepers, that same expectation is put on them.
Okay, ready? Back.
So the philosophies are the same from top to bottom. Paul and I talk a lot about the goalkeepers controlling their body. So quality of movement to then quality of control within their set shape. Then it's all geared towards then controlling the ball. And that goes from the very top all the way down to our youngest goalkeepers. So we're both very technically detailed and orientated. And it's all about goalkeepers, again, controlling their bodies to then control the ball, whether they're catching the ball or moving the ball to a safe area.
Obviously, you have to be very good with your feet, because that's the Dynamo philosophy to play out, the goalkeeping philosophy to play out from the bag and play in around with your 4, your 5, and your 2, your 3.
Across the board, statistically, our save percentage is up. And then the amount of balls that we're holding and not giving up is gone up dramatically in the last 12 months. We're not quite there yet. We've got to keep working on improving those situations, but we're slowly getting there.
My ultimate goal is to play for the national team and the first team here. So this is helping me a lot because we get to talk to Paul and the first team goalkeepers, and we know what they expect, and there's a pathway set for us to reach that.
Obviously, it's a pro academy, so you're being looked at by the top coaches in the first team. Also, for college, for university, we have more of a chance to get a scholarship here than playing in high school.
I feel more confident in games and in goal because I learned more from Coach Jay and from the older keepers, not to rebound or push it back to the forward.
If we can have a head start on that within the academy, and making sure our goalkeepers are technically really clean. So when hopefully they move into RGV or into the first team, they have a base where they can then sustain and be able to perform at that level.
I've been playing for like 5 or 6 years with the academy. It's been good because my level of play has gone up, and I made a lot of good friends, known some really good coaches, and they're really here to support you. And learning from the first team keepers, RGV, it's a step to my dream.
It's a bit bubbly in here. Bang, I'm in. Volley.
Yeah, I live in Springfield, Missouri, and I've traveled down here to do it for my second time for spring break. It's just super fun, and I just really want to work and get to the pro level, and this is the first step to the pro level, and I just really like being here and saving the ball from going in the goal as much as I can.
At the camps, obviously there's more of an element of the basics, but some of the exercises you see are the same exercises we do with the first team, just a lot slower. we break it down a little bit more, but that's the continuity we've got from what we do here, what Jason's doing in the academy, to RGV, to the first team. We're all trying to do a similar theme, so the techniques we're teaching, when we're talking about positioning, it builds all the way through to becoming a senior academy player.
Shoulder and knee are leading to push through. Okay?
The reason for us is, one, obviously to offer, you know, any kid, even if they're not in the academy, a chance to come and train here, train with us, and for us it's a scouting opportunity. We think from bottom to top, we got a pretty good system going.